Do you think Argentina is just about tango, Maradona, and incredible steak? Think Argentina is only known for its passion for football? Everyone knows Argentina for its vibrant culture, but what if I told you there's a national sport played on horseback with a duck, a unique therapy obsession, and a city where nearly 90% of residents have European ancestry? You won't believe the shocking truths hiding in this South American powerhouse. Wait until you find out about the bizarre etiquette around leaving food on your plate. Argentina's national sport is pato, not football. You heard right. While football, or soccer, is practically a religion in Argentina, with icons like Maradona and Messi, the official national sport is actually something far more unusual: pato. This isn't just a quirky historical footnote, it's a dangerous high-octane game played on horseback, a bizarre blend of polo and basketball. The pato, which is Spanish for duck, refers to a leather ball with handles, which was, in its origins dating back to the 17th century, a live duck in a basket. Sounds unbelievable. But the original game was so violent and led to so many injuries and even deaths that it was banned multiple times throughout history, including for over a century in the 19th and early 20th centuries. Today's regulated version, with its specific rules and a less cruel pato, still requires incredible horsemanship and daring, with teams of 4 riders attempting to carry the ball through rings. Only a few thousand dedicated players exist in a nation of over 45 million. But pato retains significant cultural and historical importance, a true counterintuitive social norm in the world of sports. It's illegal to flush toilet paper in many places. Think you can just flush and forget? Think again. While Buenos Aires and other modern cities have updated plumbing, in many parts of Argentina, particularly in older buildings, rural areas, and even some urban establishments, flushing toilet paper is a strict no-go. Here's the scary part. Doing so can easily clog the country's often narrow and outdated sewage pipes, leading to overflowing toilets and potentially costly plumbing disasters. You'll frequently find small waste bins next to toilets with polite or sometimes not-so-polite signs asking you to discard your used toilet paper there. This is a significant practical surprise and a daily life challenge for Western tourists accustomed to seamless modern plumbing. Imagine the cultural contrast of having to consciously remember this seemingly simple act, especially in a hurry. This unwritten rule is deeply ingrained in local etiquette and sanitation practices, serving as a constant reminder of the infrastructure issues that can still affect daily life despite Argentina's progress in other areas. Argentina has the highest number of psychologists per capita. You won't believe this social phenomenon. Buenos Aires, the capital, is often dubbed the couch capital of the world due to its remarkably high concentration of psychologists and psychoanalysts. Argentina has an astonishing 286 psychologists per 100,000 people, according to some reports, far surpassing any other country globally, including those in Europe or North America. This economic oddity in terms of mental health services highlights a unique cultural embrace of therapy and self-exploration, particularly influenced by Freudian and Lacanian psychoanalysis, which took deep root here. Sounds unbelievable, but for many porteños or people from Buenos Aires, discussing their lives with a therapist is as common as going to the gym or having coffee with friends. Imagine a society where talking about your dreams, anxieties, and childhood is a regular, accepted part of social life, not something reserved for extreme distress. This pervasive social norm makes for a fascinating cultural contrast and offers a glimpse into the Argentinian psyche, where introspection and the pursuit of understanding the self are highly valued. Leaving food on your plate can be a compliment. Here's the funny part. In many Western cultures, especially in the United States, it's considered polite to clear your plate to show appreciation for the food. But in Argentina, particularly at dinner parties or family gatherings, leaving a small amount of food on your plate can actually be seen as a subtle sign of good manners, and that you were served generously and are fully satisfied. Think you need to eat every last bite? Think again. This cultural taboo for some can be a significant unwritten social rule for visitors. It's a way of saying the host provided so much excellent food that I couldn't possibly finish it all, even though I thoroughly enjoyed it. Imagine the delicate dance of trying to leave just the right amount, not too much to seem wasteful, but enough to convey politeness. This counterintuitive social norm highlights a deep-seated value of abundance and hospitality, where a host's generosity is emphasized over a guest's capacity to devour every morsel. Argentina was the first Latin American country to legalize same-sex marriage. You heard right. In 2010, Argentina made history by becoming the first country in Latin America, and only the second in the Americas after Canada to legalize same-sex marriage nationwide. This historical quirk wasn't just a political decision, it was a profound shift in social phenomena, and a testament to years of fierce activism by LGBTQ+ communities and allies. Sounds unbelievable. But at a time when many of its neighbors were still debating civil unions, Argentina took a bold step towards full marriage equality, including adoption rights for same-sex couples. This progressive move, a stark contrast to more conservative norms often found in the region, showcases Argentina's surprising leadership in social rights. It's a powerful example of a nation challenging traditional norms and embracing inclusivity, setting a precedent that has since influenced other countries across South America and beyond. Che is more than just a famous revolutionary, wait until you find out. While the name Che immediately conjures images of revolutionary Ernesto Che Guevara globally, in Argentina, Che is a ubiquitous and informal interjection used in everyday conversation, often comparable to "hey mate, buddy" or "man" in English. This cultural oddity is deeply ingrained in the local dialect, Rio Platense Spanish. Sounds unbelievable, but Argentinians use che to get someone's attention, like "che vení acá," or to express surprise as in "che que bueno," or even just to start a sentence in a casual way. It's an insider knowledge phrase that immediately marks you as someone familiar with Argentine customs. Imagine sitting in a cafe in Buenos Aires and hearing che every few minutes, used by people of all ages and social strata, far removed from its revolutionary association. This prevalent linguistic quirk highlights a relaxed and familiar social interaction style, contrasting sharply with more formal address forms found in other Spanish-speaking countries, and is a unique identifier of Argentine identity. There's a significant Welsh colony with their own language. Think Argentina is purely Spanish and Italian influenced? Think again! Argentina hosts one of the largest and most well-preserved Welsh communities outside of Wales, predominantly in the Patagonia region, particularly in the province of Chubut. This historical quirk dates all the way back to 1865, when Welsh settlers arrived seeking to preserve their language, culture, and non-conformist religious practices, which were feeling threatened in their homeland. Today, over 50,000 Argentinians claim Welsh descent, and remarkably, Welsh is still spoken as a primary language by thousands in towns like Gaiman and Trevelyan. Sounds unbelievable, but you can find Welsh tea houses serving traditional Welsh cakes, see street signs in both Spanish and Welsh, and even attend Eisteddfods, those are Welsh cultural festivals, in the heart of Patagonia. This surprising cultural phenomenon showcases Argentina's incredible immigrant tapestry, and its unique policy of cultural preservation, a stark contrast to nations where minority languages often face rapid decline. It's a testament to a community that successfully transplanted a piece of Wales thousands of miles across the ocean, maintaining its distinct identity against all odds. Argentina has a law protecting the right to be forgotten online. Here's the scary part. In an increasingly digital world, Argentina has taken a surprisingly strong stance on personal privacy and the internet. The country has implemented a legal precedent, often referred to as the right to be forgotten, allowing individuals to petition search engines and websites to delist or remove information about them that is considered outdated, irrelevant, or harmful, even if it was once true and legally published. This extreme law, a significant cultural contrast to more open information societies, gives citizens substantial control over their online presence. Imagine having the power to erase embarrassing past articles or old legal troubles from Google search results, impacting what future employers or acquaintances might find. While intended to protect individual privacy and reputation, critics argue it can lead to censorship and impact freedom of information. This unique legal framework highlights Argentina's nuanced approach to digital rights, balancing individual privacy with public access to information, a complex social rule that is still evolving and often debated in the digital age. Buenos Aires has one of the widest avenues in the world. You won't believe the scale of this. Buenos Aires is home to Avenida 9 de Julio, often touted as the widest avenue on Earth. This massive roadway, named after Argentina's Independence Day, July 9, 1816, spans an incredible 140 meters across, encompassing up to 16 lanes of traffic, plus wide medians and parallel streets. Sounds unbelievable, but walking across it can take several minutes, and requires navigating multiple traffic lights, feeling less like crossing a street and more like traversing a small urban park. This geographic and practical surprise is a monumental piece of urban infrastructure that dominates the city center, featuring iconic landmarks like the Obelisco, Imagine the sheer logistics of building and managing such a colossal artery in a densely populated metropolitan area. It's a testament to Argentina's grand urban planning ambitions, a bold statement in city design that contrasts with the often compact and narrow streets of older European cities, showcasing a country with a penchant for doing things on a grand scale. Argentine beef consumption is among the highest globally. Think you eat a lot of meat? Think again. Argentina's love affair with beef is not just a stereotype, it's a profound cultural phenomenon and an economic oddity. Argentinians consume an astonishing average of around 40 to 50 kilograms of beef per person annually, consistently ranking among the top consumers in the world. This is about 2 to 3 times the average consumption in the United States or Europe. Sounds unbelievable, but asado, the traditional Argentine barbecue, is not just a meal. It's a social ritual, a centerpiece of family gatherings and celebrations, often lasting for hours. Imagine the smoky aroma of grilled beef wafting through neighborhoods every weekend. Entire families gathered around massive grills, sharing cuts like entrana and ojo de bife, cooked to perfection over hot coals. This extreme culinary passion fuels a massive cattle industry and defines much of Argentina's social life, reflecting a deep connection to its vast pampas and gaucho heritage, where meat isn't just food, but a source of national pride and identity. There's a flag day where children swear allegiance. You won't believe this intense patriotic ritual. In Argentina, every June 20th is Dia de la Bandera, commemorating the death of Manuel Belgrano, the creator of the Argentine flag. Here's the scary part, especially for outsiders. On this day, thousands of fourth-grade students across the country participate in a solemn, powerful ceremony called the Promesa de Lealtad a la Bandera, the Pledge of Loyalty to the Flag. It's not just a casual school assembly, it's a deeply emotional and public event where children formally swear allegiance to the national flag, often involving military parades, heartfelt speeches, and emotional renditions of the national anthem. Imagine rows of 9- and 10-year-olds dressed in their school uniforms, raising their hands and solemnly vowing loyalty to their nation, a public display of patriotism that can feel overwhelming compared to more subdued national celebrations in many Western countries. This cultural contrast highlights a strong sense of national identity and historical reverence instilled from a very young age, a social rule emphasizing collective pride and duty that might shock or inspire foreign observers. Argentina has a desert that looks like the moon. Wait until you find out this geographic surprise. Beyond its famous tango halls and vast pampas, Argentina is home to a truly otherworldly landscape, Isquigualasto Provincial Park, also known as Valle de la Luna, or Valley of the Moon. Located in San Juan Province, this UNESCO World Heritage Site is a desert basin featuring bizarre rock formations sculpted by wind and water over millions of years, resembling a lunar landscape. Sounds unbelievable, but it's also one of the world's most important paleontological sites, yielding an incredible number of dinosaur fossils, including some of the oldest known dinosaurs like the Eoraptor. Imagine walking through towering, naturally formed chimneys, spherical bowling balls, and vast colored badlands, feeling like you've stepped onto another planet. This extreme geographic diversity within the same country, from snow-capped Andes to arid deserts and lush rainforests, is a practical surprise often overlooked. It's a stark contrast to the verdant images typically associated with Argentina and a testament to the planet's ancient history, offering a unique scene of geological wonder and scientific significance. It was a haven for escaped Nazis after World War II. Here's the scary part. Argentina has a dark and controversial historical quirk. It became a significant refuge for high-ranking Nazi officials and collaborators after World War II, a fact that still stirs strong emotions. Figures like Adolf Eichmann, one of the main orchestrators of the Holocaust, and Josef Mengele, the infamous Angel of Death, found sanctuary in Argentina, living openly for years under new identities. Sounds unbelievable, but under the populist presidency of Juan Perón, who admired certain aspects of European fascism, a policy of welcoming Axis fugitives, often through clandestine rat lines, was implemented. Estimates suggest thousands of Nazis and collaborators immigrated to Argentina, changing their names and blending into society. Imagine the chilling reality of notorious war criminals walking freely in a vibrant South American city. This shocking historical event, a profound international relations quirk, created a lasting stain on Argentina's post-war image and has led to decades of international investigations and efforts to bring these individuals to justice, highlighting a complex and often uncomfortable chapter in the nation's past. People can get a free university education, even foreigners. You won't believe this incredible economic oddity. Argentina maintains a system of free public university education that is accessible to all, including international students, provided they meet the academic requirements and pass a Spanish language proficiency test. This isn't just for a few scholarships, It's a fundamental aspect of the country's public education policy. Sounds unbelievable. But if you gain admission to a public university like the University of Buenos Aires, one of the largest and most prestigious in Latin America, you can pursue a degree for virtually no tuition fees. Imagine graduating from medical school or law school with little to no student debt, a stark contrast to the crippling tuition costs in the United States or other developed nations. This extreme law and economic benefit, deeply rooted in a commitment to accessible education as a social right, makes Argentina a highly attractive destination for students across the region and beyond, despite economic challenges the country faces. It's a social phenomenon that highlights a different set of priorities in public spending, where education is considered an investment in human capital for all, not just a commodity. Buenos Aires has more theaters than New York City or London, you heard right. For a country perhaps best known for its football and beef, Argentina's capital, Buenos Aires, boasts an astonishing cultural secret. It has more active theaters than almost any other city in the world, often surpassing major cultural hubs like New York City, Broadway included, or London, West End included. This is a phenomenal cultural and social phenomena that speaks to the deep-seated artistic soul of the porteños. Sounds unbelievable, but the city's Corrientes Street alone is often compared to Broadway, bursting with dozens of theaters from grand historic venues to intimate independent spaces, offering everything from musicals and dramas to experimental works and stand-up comedy. Imagine the vibrant nights, the palpable energy of thousands of people spilling out of shows, discussing performances over late-night coffee or ice cream. This rich and diverse theatrical scene, an economic oddity given the country's economic volatility, reflects a profound cultural value placed on live performance and intellectual engagement. It's an insider knowledge fact that utterly shatters common stereotypes about Argentina, revealing a sophisticated and passionate artistic landscape that rivals the world's leading cultural capitals, a true surprising contrast within the country itself. So we've just discovered Argentina's most shocking and captivating secrets, from its unique cultural practices to its incredible historical quirks and surprising urban achievements. Which one shocked you the most? Have you ever experienced any of these Argentinian oddities yourself? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more amazing facts about the world's most surprising places.